I'm going to try to keep going. Yeah, so in order to pass a class, you have to be enrolled, right? So the interesting thing about the Roseannes and the Morgan Wallens of the world, they are participating in the American system. Like, they went through the school system in some way. Maybe it was in like the worst zip. They weren't in a super zip. They were in a shitty zip, right? Like the one that nobody signed up to live in. That's where they were, though. That's where they are. And they are still participating. I feel like this is almost like the irony of YouTube. It makes everybody feel like it's all equal. So, like, I'm not shitting on the girls who are vlogging from South Africa or from Nigeria or from wherever, but it isn't the same as a girl vlogging from America. The girl in America has more privilege than you. Straight up. You can believe whatever you want about her trauma, about her whatever story you want to make up for yourself to make yourself feel like you have more. If you had more, you'd just be here. Right? So this is kind of another thing, and I wrote this out, but we can kind of chat this through since I've got like 15 minutes. It's this idea of Kai Trump versus I think her name is Isme Yaka something. She's like the daughter of this Nigerian billionaire, right? And so I think that the way that the internet and YouTube and vlogging and like marketing is like working out, there's this idea that those two people are similar, that they're equal even, because they are both the children of like wealthy people. And that is where you kind of miss the mark. Let me explain why. So, even like Donald Trump is president now, but before that, you know, he had the Apprentice, right? The real estate business, the New York of it all these other things that were still like he's kind of an exceptional man. I will say that. Like, he was successful and exceptional, like more than the other men, like more than like 99% of the other men just walking around America, period. Like, he's just better. He has more shit. He had more shows, better marketers, more money. You know, we can all talk about the why and the how, but that's the facts, right? He had the shit. Now, whatever this billionaire in Nigeria, he also has like a lot of shit, like a lot of money. And especially the wealth gap is very large, because like everybody else around Nigeria is super poor, but that man has billions. So they both have, like, Kai Trump is like Donald Trump's granddaughter. But this girl is like this guy's daughter. So, okay, maybe that's like one generation removed, but like, okay, so she's black and she has a lot of privilege, and I saw that she walked for like the Celine fashion show, right? And she's like blogging about stuff. And I've seen other, you know, black content creators that are coming on and they're being like, yeah, she's so great. And someone interviewed her and they're like, ooh, she's so cool, right? And they're telling these stories of empowerment. And I mean, I think that's fine. I think that's great. But I would kind of push back a little bit, not even a little, a lot, to really make it clear, though, those people aren't equal. Those people aren't even similar. There might be one gala in their lifetimes that they both attend, and that might be the most that they have in common, period. Right? Like, all the things that the daughter of that Nigerian billionaire is doing, she is doing to try to mimic and assimilate to American culture. Like, whatever it is that, you know, Kai is doing, or another Paris Hilton, who's another like nepo, super wealthy nepo baby, like whatever they're doing, she's just gonna copy it and then portray that to other black Africans who are like poor. In America, even if you're not Kai Trump, You can just get any job, like a job, and then you could just like buy your own camera, right? And then you can literally just tell your story of how public infrastructure, like your public education, your health care, your working transit system, the park without the lions, you know what I'm saying? Like you just utilize this free shit. Well, not so, it's like taxpayer funded, but because everybody is working, like the money is coming in and the infrastructure exists. The reason those two people aren't equal is because one is backed by infrastructure impacting their entire audience, their entire race, and their entire country. The other girl is just sitting on her own. Like, her father has money and she has money. Every other black person around her for like a radius of probably 100,000 miles is super poor. Like, destitute, poverty stricken. They're not having yogurt for breakfast. You feel me? That's the difference. And that's a big ass difference. So it's almost like, and it took me a while to understand this. It took me maybe a couple years to understand this. I was so confused about Emma Chamberlain. I could not fucking I was like, there was nothing initially special about Emma Chamberlain. She was like a very ordinary girl from California. And then after living in Tennessee, after living in Germany, after understanding a bit more about Africa, it became very clear that the novice was actually just being an ordinary girl in California. That was the special part. That was it. Because even being that is all of the conversation around immigration has taught me that. Like, it's the relative safety that comes from living in a place that is not stricken by war or poverty. Relative poverty, okay. But I mean destitution. Especially as a woman. Especially as a girl. You can say what you want about French Montana marrying that Dubai princess. Hundreds of thousands of other girls across the land this year, last year, and the year before are being flown out to Dubai to get pissed and shit on. And they're coming on here to tell us these stories. The relative experience of everyone else around them is awful. That one princess, okay, is living around shit Barbies. Like, that's not, like, you can, fuck that story. Like, are you joking? That's actually a pathetic story to tell. Like, never, that is nothing for, this is why we call them sand niggers. That you should never advocate that story to other people. That is offensive. That's fucking offensive. And it's disgusting. The level of perversion is just next level. Oh. And I guess, like, what causes me to be more excited is to see, you know, Ibrahim Traore outlawing gayness in Burkina Faso. To see Ibrahim Traore bringing 1,000 machines to, you know, plow farmland to Burkina Faso. To watch a middle class in Burkina Faso build and thrive and live. It causes me to be aware that in the absence of white people, without their narratives being involved at all, black people across Africa will progress without them. And the without is very important. Like, I saw today something was so offensive to me. I saw that was it Elle Germany had an ad with Jennifer Aniston and like two black women and some other white woman. And it was so offensive to me. There are no black people in Germany. Like, the percentage of black people in Germany is very small. From what I understand, Germany is kind of hostile toward African immigrants. Like, there ain't no black people there. And it's perfectly fine for your media and your, commercial print magazines to reflect the current culture living in your real, society. And I just was like strange because, like, why the fuck would you not want to do that? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.